Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana.
We are one-stop solution for current affairs.
We have an application student by the name CHSL which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded it, you can log in it through your Gmail ID.
You can find our Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will be getting daily, weekly and monthly current affairs on regular basis. You can use code VIKAS10 to get additional 10% discount while purchasing the course. This video is available both in English and Hindi. The timestamp for both English and Hindi are mentioned in the description of each video. You can contact us on the number provided or mail provided. Also follow us on Telegram and Instagram, and the link for the same is provided in the description of each video.
In our course, you will be able to find the quizzes that are uploaded which will help you enhance your learning. We make sure to cover multiple banking exams that will help you to land a better job. That includes your IBPS, RRB, SBI PO and other banking related exams. We aims to cover 15 questions via handwritten notes in upcoming bank exams. These handwritten notes are available on daily current affairs content PDF at our mobile application and website careerscloud.in. Only our Crack Current Affairs subscribers will be able to access these handwritten notes. A sample PDF of the handwritten notes will be available in the description.
Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the first week of the March month. Session will be quite interesting students. We upload the daily current affairs video at 5 AM in the morning. Then weekly current affairs, monthly current affairs and topic wise they are uploaded regularly to help you prepare better for the competitive exams. Let's start now students. First is pick out the correct statement regarding the initiatives launched by Union Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways Sarmandana Sonowal in Feb 2025. If we look at the options, all are these correct initiatives that has been launched by him. Next is as per the report Time Use Survey 2024 released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, how much time did women spend per day on employment related activities? So women spend 71 minutes a day on employment related activities. Next, where was the International Spice Conference 2025 held, which was organized by All India Spice Exporters Forum to discuss the building a resilient and responsible future for the spice sector. So where was this International Spice Conference held? It was held in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Right, take a note of this. It was held from 24th to 27th of Feb at the Leela Bhartiya City in Bengaluru in Karnataka. There is a theme for this, theme being Building Trust Beyond Borders, Transparency, Sustainability and Conference. Next, the bilateral swap arrangement up to dash was signed between the Reserve Bank of India and the Bank of Japan to enhance financial cooperation. So it was signed up to $75 billion, right? And this bilateral swap agreement, this is a two-way financial agreement where both the countries can swap their local currencies in exchange of US dollars. Next, who was appointed as the 11th chairman of SEBI on 27th of Feb 2025 approved by the ACC, that is Appointment Committee of the Cabinet. So Tuhin Kanta Pandey has been appointed as the 11th chairman of SEBI. He will be succeeding whom? He will be replacing Madhabi Puri Bach, right? And she became the first women chairperson of SEBI. Next, chess grandmaster and the 10th world chess champion Boris Spassky has passed away at the age of 88 in Feb 2025. Which country did he represent? He represented Russia, right? And he became the 10th world chess champion in 1969. Next is National Science Day. It is observed annually on 28th of Feb across India to honor the discovery of the Raman effect by Sir Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman. He discovered the Raman effect in dash. He discovered this Raman effect in 1928. Right, this day serves to highlight the importance of science in everyday life and acknowledge the invaluable contributions of scientists in shaping the progress of India. This year it was the 39th edition of the National Science Day that was observed, and there is a theme empowering Indian youth for global leadership in science and innovation for Viksit Bharat. Next is where was Asia largest life science and healthcare conference BioAsia 25 held with investments exceeding 5,000 crore rupees. It is which Asia's largest life science and health conference held in Hyderabad, Telangana. Moving on, name the company that recently unveiled the first in-house quantum computing chip, Ocelot, that is designed to create more efficient hardware systems. So Amazon has recently unveiled this Ocelot, that is the quantum chip. Correct? Next, who led the European Union College of Commissioners on their first ever outside Europe visit to India from 27 to 28th of Feb 2025. So Ursula von der Leyen, the European Commission's president, right? She made a 2-day visit, correct, to India from 28th to 27th and 28th of Feb. And this was the first visit of a College of Commissioners outside the European continent and also the first visit in the history of EU bilateral trade. And it is expected that India and European Union, we will together be signing the free trade agreement by the end of 2025. Next, in which state was the Indian Air Force Tri-Service Special Force Exercise Desert Hunt conducted from 24 to 28th of Feb. So this this tri-service exercise Desert Hunt was held in Rajasthan. In this, Indian Army, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy, all three of them took charge. Next, mention the state that has emerged as the national leader in the mangrove afforestation in Feb 2025 by planting mangroves across approximately 19,020 hectares under the Mishti scheme. Now, what is this Mishti scheme? Mangrove Initiative for Shoreline Habitats and Tangible Incomes. Right, this is the Mishti scheme. So, which state has emerged as the national leader under this Mishti scheme? It is Gujarat. It is planting maximum, or it has planted the maximum mangroves in India across the coastlines. Next, in Feb, SEBI has introduced a new framework for Specialized Investment Fund (SIF). This will be addressing the gap between the mutual funds and the portfolio management services, right? And here, question asked here is, from which date will this new framework come into effect? That is, Specialized Investment Fund will be coming into effect from when? From 1st of April 2025, it will be coming into effect. Next, the high-level Indian delegation from Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council, Jewelers Association Jaipur and Sitapur Gems and Jewelry Industry Association. The members from these associations visited which country from 22 to 24th of Feb to strengthen the jewelry industry collaboration. So they visited Thailand here, right? And under this, you will be seeing MOU, correct? MOU was also signed with at the 71st Bangkok Gem Jewelry Fair that was held in Bangkok, Thailand, and under this MOU, collaboration will be promoted, research and development will be promoted, innovation will be promoted, and market expansion of the jewelry industrialist will be promoted between India and Thailand. Next, in Feb, China has successfully launched 2 new satellites that are named Dash. They are named Sui Gaoxian 103 and Sui Gaoxian 104. They were launched using the Long March 2C carrier rocket into the sun synchronous orbit. Next is who has won the gold medal at the FIDE Monaco Grand Prix 2025. So who won it? It was won by Alexandra Chikna, right? And Alexandra, right? She has won this Monaco Grand Prix 2025. And there was a prize money here, 41,500 euros. Next is identify the company that recently collaborated with the Madhya Pradesh to provide 26,800 crore rupees in financial assistance for power sector projects in India. Right? It is PFC, Power Finance Corporation. Next, identify the Kannada short story collection by Banu Mustaq was loneliest for the International Book Prize 2025. So, identify the story. It is Heartland. This is the name of the book translated into English by Deepa Basti. Right? This is a Kannada story. Remember the name of the translator also? Deepa Basti. Correct? She translated this into English from Kannada. Next, in Feb, Union Minister for Labour and Employment Dr. Mansukh Mandviya chaired the 237th meeting of the CBDT, that is Central Board of Trustees Employees Provident Fund in Delhi. Question asked is, what is the annual rate of interest recommended by CBT on EPF subscriptions for FY25? So all those individuals who will be deducting their money in this Employees Provident Fund, they will be receiving an interest rate of 8.25%, and this was declared during the 237th meeting of Central Board of Trustees. Next, the 16th meeting of the Conference of Parties, right, that is COP16 to the Convention of Biological Diversity, took place from 25th to 27th of Feb at the Food and Agriculture Organization headquarters, that is in Rome, Italy. Question asked is, a new international fund by the name Dash was launched to support the biodiversity conservation and the fair sharing of genetic resources benefit. So what is the name of that fund that was launched here? It is Kelly Fund, right? This COP16, during this Kelly Fund was launched, right? Then this Kelly Fund will be collecting money from all the countries that are part of COP16 here, and that fund will be utilized to conserve our biodiversity. Next, who was appointed as the brand ambassador of the SOGF Grandmaster Services by Skill Hub Online Games Federation in March 2025? So who was appointed here? Koneru Hampi. Right, she was also honored with Arjun Award, that is one of the highest sports honor, in 2003. Then she has been also bestowed with the Padma Shri Award, that is the fourth highest civilian award, in 2007. Next is, identify the aerospace company that launched its uncrewed Blue Ghost lander on the lunar surface in an upright, stable posture on the first attempt on March 2nd, 2025. The name of that organization is Firefly. Right, this is Texas, USA based organization Firefly Aerospace. They have landed their Blue Ghost lander on the lunar surface in an upright, stable posture on the company's first attempt. Next, which cricket team has won the 24-25 Ranji Trophy title by securing a first inning led against Kerala cricket team in the finals in Nagpur, Maharashtra? It is Vidarbha. Right, this is the name of the cricket team, and they have won the Ranji Trophy here. They defeated Kerala cricket team in the finals, right? And this is Vidarbha's third time that they have won this Ranji Trophy. Next, United Nations World Wildlife Day is annually observed on 3rd of March to raise awareness about the world wildlife, animals and plants. The date 3rd March was chosen to commemorate the adoption of Dash in 1973. It was chosen to commemorate the adoption of Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wildlife, Fauna and Flora. There is a theme also, students, for this day. Theme being wildlife conservation financing, investing in people and planet. Next, who was honored with the Icon of Excellence Award at the 14th Forbes India Leadership Award for outstanding contributions to cricket administration? So, who was honored here with this Icon of Excellence Award? Jay Shah. Correct? Take a note of this. Next is, in March, India collaborated with Dash to strengthen cooperation in the water, sanitation and hygiene sector, including waste management. That is in the WASH sector. So, India collaborated with whom? India collaborated with Nepal to strengthen cooperation in the WASH sector. Right? Next is, India's first ever riverine dolphin estimation report was released by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in March 2025 during his visit to Gir National Park, Gujarat, where he chaired the 7th meeting of the National Board for Wildlife. Which Indian state recorded the highest number of dolphins as per the report? It is Uttar Pradesh that recorded the highest number of dolphins in India. Right? And in India, 6,327 dolphins were recorded, out of which 2,397 were recorded in Uttar Pradesh. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the inauguration of Adi Mahotsav by President of India. If we look at the options, A and C are right, B is wrong. B is saying that TriFed jointly partnered with Misho, IFCA and Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Rural Industrialization to support the tribal businesses. Is it correct? Is the option right? So here it is not. Remember, it is NDDB. They have signed an MOU with NABARD, right? And they will be promoting here. Next is, where was the India's first World Peace Center inaugurated in March 2025 under the leadership of founders of Amisha Vishwa Bharati, Jain Acharya Lokesh Muni. So location is being asked here, that where was this India's first World Peace Center inaugurated. Take a note of this important question, students. It will be in Gurugram, Haryana. Right, this World Peace Center will play an important role in raising awareness, encouraging social responsibility, and promoting sustainable development, as well as establishing institutional networks for peace and harmony. Next, which of the following actors was not listed among the top 5 in the Forbes annual list of the highest paid actors of 2024, released in Feb 2025? So which of the following actors was not listed here? William Bradley Pitt was not listed here. Rest all were listed here. Right? And Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock, is the highest earning actor with approximately $88 million earning. Next, in March, Christian Stocker was sworn in as the new Chancellor of Dash by replacing Alexander Schallenberg. So Christian Stocker was sworn in as the new Chancellor of Austria. Right? Take a note of this. And he will be replacing Alexander Schallenberg. Next, mention the Indian Grandmaster who won the title at the 38th Cairns International Open Chess Tournament 2025 held in France on 3rd of March. So who is that Indian Grandmaster? P. Inian, right? And he won the 38th edition of the Cairns International Open Chess Tournament by defeating V. Pranesh in the 9th and the final round held in France. Next, name the public sector bank in India that has received the ISO 22301-2019 Business Continuity Management System certification from the British Standard Institution for its strong focus on operational resilience, risk management, and business continuity planning. It is Bank of Baroda. Right? Next is, pick out the incorrect statement regarding the Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana. If we look at the options here, you have to tell me the incorrect one. B is right, C is right, A is incorrect. So right option here is A. A is saying that the scheme is overseen by the Ministry of Personal Public and Grievances and Pensions. Is it correct? So no. This scheme is managed by whom? It is monitored by Ministry of Labor and Employment. Right? So A option now is right. Next, which ministry issued the guidelines for implementing 5 pilot projects in the transport sector launched by the Government of India to use hydrogen-fueled buses and trucks under the National Green Hydrogen Mission? Which is that ministry? It is Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, as this green hydrogen, it is considered to be a green fuel. Hence, the sector that or the ministry that will be associated with it is New and Renewable Energy. Next, in March, India and Dash collaborated to establish a task force to enhance bilateral defense cooperation for the Indian Army's Zorawar light tank. So, India and Belgium here collaborated to establish a task force that will be working to enhance the cooperation in the defense sector. And here the work will be done on the Zorawar light tank. Next, Brand Finance, they have published their IT Service 2025 ranking. This lists the world's most valuable IT service brands. Which of the following is not among the top 5 IT services brands in India? If we look at the options here, it is HCL, which is not among the top 5 IT services brands in India. Accenture on the top, then TCS and Infosys on 2nd and 3rd position respectively from India. Next, SEBI. SEBI has permitted all NBFCs, including housing finance companies, to invest in security receipts, right, that are issued by the asset reconstruction companies. Next, identify the organization that recently published the report India Country Economic Memorandum, Becoming a High Income Economy in Generation, stating that India must grow by 7.8% per year for the next 22 years to become a high income nation by 2047. So this report that India to become a high income nation by 2047 should grow by 7.8% annually, right? At least 7.8% annually for the next 22 years. This data was released by World Bank. Next, mention the public sector bank that partnered with Confederation of Indian Industry IGBC, that is Indian Green Building Council, in March to offer financing solutions for the developers and home buyers. So mention the public sector bank. Which is that bank? It is Indian Overseas Bank. Next is who was named as the 2025 Pritzker Architecture Prize laureate, the highest honor in the field of architecture, on 4th of March. So Liu Jiankun was recently honored with this Pritzker Architecture Prize, and he became the 54th laureate and second Chinese architect. Next, the Defense Bioengineering and Electromedical Laboratory successfully tested onboard oxygen generating system based integrated life support systems at high altitudes for light combat aircrafts. Take a note of this. Next is who has been recently re-elected as the chairman of the Bar Council of India in March for 7th consecutive term. So who has been re-elected as the chairman? Manan Kumar Mishra has been re-elected as the chairman of the Bar Council of India for 7th consecutive time. Next, identify the Indian athletes who became the first Indian women to throw 16.03 meters indoor shot put at the 2025 Mountain West Indoor Tracks and Field Championships. It is Krishna Jayashankar, right? Is the Indian athlete who became the first Indian women to throw 16.03 meters in the indoor shot put, right? Next, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Vantara. Vantara is a 3,000-acre animal rescue and rehabilitation center that is in Jamnagar, Gujarat, right? And it is a project of Anant Ambani, right? So this Vantara was inaugurated. Question asked is which of the following organization established it? It was established by Reliance Industries Limited. Next, name the Geo Heritage app that was launched by Union Minister for Coal and Mines, G. Kishan Reddy ji, that was during the 175th Foundation Day celebration of the Geological Survey of India on 4th of March. What is the name of that application? It is Bhu Virasat, right? Apart from this, a field data acquisition application was also launched. I repeat, Bhu Virasat application as well as a field data acquisition application, they were also launched here. This Bhu Virasat, this is a basically Geo Heritage app, right? And this was launched during the Geological Survey of India when they celebrated their 175th Foundation Day with a grand ceremony at their headquarters in Kolkata, West Bengal. Moving on, mention the initiative that was launched by the Ministry of Panchayati Raj to enhance women participation and leadership in local governments. It is your model women friendly Gram Panchayat, right? This is the initiative launched by the Ministry of Panchayati Raj in order to enhance the participation of women, their safety in the local governments. Next is identify the organization that in collaboration with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs and Institute for Global Environment Strategies organized the 12th Regional 3R and Circular Economy Forum in Asia and the Pacific that was held in Rajasthan from 3rd to 5th of March. So identify the organization. It is United Nations Center for Regional Development, right? This 12th Regional CR and Circular Economy Forum in the Asia and the Pacific was held from 3rd to 5th of March, right, at the Rajasthan International Center in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Next, in March, India Semiconductor Mission, Tata Electronics Private Limited and Tata Semiconductor Manufacturing Private Limited, they have jointly signed a fiscal support agreement to establish India's first commercial semiconductor fabrication unit in which state? It will be in the state of Gujarat, right? And here financial outlay of 76,000 crore rupees has been spent by the Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology. Moving on, which of the following countries is not in the top 5 globally for high net worth individuals as per the 19th edition of the Wealth Report by the Knight Frank? So this data released by Knight Frank, they are talking about the high net worth individuals, right? And the list has been released and this is the 19th edition of this list. Among them, it is USA on the top, then China on 2nd, Japan on 3rd, India on 4th and Germany on 5th. So among the following, we can say it is France that is not in the top 5. Next, who received the national award at the 5th annual summit of BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Women's Entrepreneurship and Empowerment and Facilitation 2025 in New Delhi for her contribution as the chairperson of Kailash Group of Hospitals. So she is Dr. Uma Sharma. Next, in March, Indian table tennis champion Ananta Sharat Kamal announced his retirement from professional table tennis, in which year he was awarded with the Major Dhyanchand Khel Ratan Award. So he was awarded with this in 2022, right? Padma Shri in 2019, Arjuna Award in 2004. Next, Australian cricketer Dash announced his retirement from ODI in March. So Stephen Smith has announced his retirement. Next, identify the organization that partnered with African Development Bank to launch Mission 300 to connect 300 million people to electricity in sub-Saharan Africa by 2030, right? To provide them electricity here, right? It is World Bank, that is the organization. They have partnered with the African Development Bank and they have launched this Mission 300. Correct? This is aim here is to provide electricity to 300 million people in the sub-Saharan Africa by 2030. Next is which country recently strengthened their economic ties with India by investing $52 billion in FDI equity and became the India's third largest export destination in 23-24 as per the data released by Rubik's Data Sciences report. It is Netherlands country. They have strengthened their economic ties with India and will be investing $52 billion in FDI and became the third largest export destination as per the data released by which organization? This can be asked. It is Rubik's Data Science reports. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. Next is what type of digital platform was launched by South Indian Bank under SIB Quick PL platform on 24th of Feb for new customers? It is personal loan. Next, which edition of the India-Japan joint military exercise Dharma Guardian was held in Japan recently? It was the 6th edition of the Dharma Guardian exercise held between India and Japan. Right? Apart from this, JIMEX and Veer Guardian are also the exercise that are held between India and Japan. Next, what is the maximum loan amount that urban cooperative banks can classify as small value loans per borrower according to the revised guidelines issued by RBI on 24th of Feb? Right? What is the limit here? 3 crore rupees. Next, the appointment committee of the cabinet recently extended the tenure of Dr. Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi as the Drug Controller General of India in the Central Drug Standard Control Organization on a contract basis effective from 1st of March 2025. Next is which mission data was used to generate the first ever detailed geological map of the moon's south pole in Feb 2025? It is Chandrayaan 3. Next, mention the country that topped the medal tally by securing 5 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze at the 2025 Archery Asia Cup World Ranking Tournament Stage 1 held in Bangkok, Thailand in Feb 2025. It is our country, India. Right, 5 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze. And here South Korea secured the second position in medal tally. Next, who has been appointed as the first ever principal secretary to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi as announced by the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet? It is Shaktikant Das. Very important, take a note of this. Next is name the Indian Grandmaster who finished as the runner-up at the 41st Capel La Grande International Open Tournament in Feb 25 after narrowing losing to IM Mahel of France. So P. Inyan. Next is in Feb, Government e-Marketplace celebrated 6 years of the startups, women's and youth advantage through e-transactions, that is Swayat initiative in New Delhi, under which ministry Swayat was launched in 2019. It was launched under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next, identify the Indian institute that launched India's first Hyperloop test track in partnership with the Ministry of Railways in Feb 2025, marking a significant advancement in the transportation technology. It is Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Next, mention the country that recently launched an initiative, Green Transition Alliance, that is GTAI, to strengthen the collaboration with India in sustainable energy solutions and global carbon neutrality efforts. It is Denmark. Next, which of the following banks launched India's first public sector undertaking salary account with cyber fraud protection called Anmol Savings Account in Feb 2025? It is which bank? It is HDFC Bank. And here HDFC banks provide cyber fraud cover of up to 1.5 lakh rupees to the senior citizens, and cyber fraud cover ranges from 25,000 to 50,000 for the salaried professionals. Next, in Feb, RBI reduced the risk weightage on the scheduled commercial banks loans to NBFCs by 25 basis point. What is the new risk weight assigned to these loans after the reduction? It is 100%. Next, in Feb, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, they signed an MOU with BEML Limited for the skill development and professional excellence. This MOU was signed by Shrikanta Sharma, the executive director of the HMA, and the Mondeepa Roy, the head of the talent management at BEML. Next, Bain and Company and NASCOM, they have jointly released a report transforming India into a tech-driven economy in Feb 2025. As per the report, by which year India is projected to become a high-income nation with a GDP between 23 to 25 trillion dollar. It is by the year 2047 when India will achieve 100 years of independence. Next, in Feb, high-level committee led by the Defense Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh was formed to enhance private sector participation in the production of the Tejas Mk-1A light combat aircraft. Next, name the multimodal AI introduced by Microsoft capable of interpreting both images and languages while performing real-world tasks. It is Magma. Next, identify the country that recently launched Trade and Investment Accelerator Fund to expand its economic partnership with India. The country is Australia here. The focus here will be on developing superhighways of growth that includes clean energy, education and skill, agribusiness, tourism. Also, India is expected to become the third largest economy by the year 2030. Next, which of the following government initiatives signed an agreement with the Paris Santé campus in Feb 25 to launch the Indo-French Life Sciences Sister Innovation Hub for advancing healthcare research and innovation? So, which of the following government initiatives? It is Center for Cellular and Molecular Platforms. Next, mention the Indian airport that ranked 8th among the top 10 busiest airports globally as per the official Airlines Guide report, World's Busiest Airport 2025 released in Feb. Which is that Indian airport? It is Indira Gandhi International Airport of Delhi. Next, identify the organization that sanctioned a loan of $200 million in Feb to improve climate and disaster resilient sewerage and drainage infrastructure in Kolkata, West Bengal. So, which is that organization that has sanctioned this amount? It is Asian Development Bank. Next, in Feb, SIDBI, they collaborated with Tata Capital Limited to enhance financing opportunities for the MSMEs. Next, what was the total disbursement of the microfinance loans during the third quarter of FY25 as per the 52nd edition of the Micrometer for quarter third of FY25 report released by Microfinance Institution Network India in Feb 2025? It is 22,091 crore rupees. Next, identify the missile that was jointly tested by DRDO and Indian Navy at the Integrated Test Range Chandipur, Odisha in Feb 2025. It is Naval Anti-Ship Missile Short Range. Next, name the lunar lander that was carried aboard SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket at the third moon landing mission of 2025, Intuitive Machines 2 from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in USA. So, which is that? Name that lunar lander. It is Athena. Right, and it will be landing close to the Chandrayaan 3 landing site. Next is Gene Hackman, an Oscar-winning legend known for the films The French Connection in 1971 and Unforgiven in 1992, passed away. He was a renowned actor. Next, who recently became the first women pilot to be permanently assigned to the Indian Air Force Jaguar fighter squadron? So, Tanushka Singh, correct? She became the first woman pilot to be permanently assigned to the Indian Air Force Jaguar fighter squadron. Next, which of the following banks provided 1,100 crore rupees to GMR Airport Limited through non-convertible bonds for acquiring Freport's stake in Delhi International Airport? So, which of the following bank provided this amount? It is Deutsche Bank of Germany. So, students, now let's move to the revision part for better learning that will help you in your competitive exams. Next is name the organization that recently launched the 3 new initiatives including the Choti SIP, Tarun Yojana and Mitra to promote financial inclusion and investor awareness. If we look at the option, which is that organization, it is Association of Mutual Funds in India, AMFI. Correct. And here Choti systematic investment plan of 250 rupees was launched. Tarun Yojana was launched that will enhance the financial literacy into the school curriculums. Then Mitra was launched. What is Mitra? Mutual fund investment tracing and retrieval assistant. Next, in Feb, which country was honored with the Prince Michael Decade of Action Road Safety Award along with the Kingdom of Morocco at the 4th Ministerial Conference on Road Safety in Marrakech, Morocco. So it is our country, India. Next, in Feb, Sunil Bharti Mittal was honored with the title Dash for his contributions to strengthening business relations between the United Kingdom and India. It is the Knight Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. Next is name the new communication satellite that was recently launched by China through the Long March 3B carrier rocket into geosynchronous transfer orbit to replace China Sat 10. It is China Sat 10N. So this China Sat 10N will be replacing the China Sat 10, and this is the new communication satellite that has been launched using the Long March 3B carrier rocket of China. Next, who won the men's title at the 2025 Asian Snooker Championship held in Qatar by defeating Amir Sarkosh? So Pankaj Advani has recently won the men's title at the Asian Snooker Championship 2025 held at Qatar. Also remember, he has been honored with Arjuna Award in 2004, Khel Ratan Award in 2006, Padma Shri in 2009 and Padma Bhushan in 2018. Next, identify the renowned Odissi dancer and Padma Shri awardee who passed away at the age of 92 in Feb 2025. So, Mayadhar Roth. Mayadhar Roth passed away at the age of 92, born in 1933 in Cuttack district of Odisha. She is a Padma Shri awardee, that is the 4th highest civilian award honored to her in 2010, correct, and has passed away. Mayadhar Roth, correct, not her, to him, correct, Mayadhar Roth. Next, which location was officially upgraded to Nagaland's 17th district by Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nephew Rio, in Feb 2025? It is Meluri, right? Meluri was officially upgraded to Nagaland's 17th district. Next, mention the insurance company that became the first to launch the Bima ASBA, that is application supported by blocked amount facility to make premium payments easier and more transparent as guided by IRDAI. It is Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance Company. Next, where was the inaugural Soul Leadership Conclave 25 inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 21st of Feb, in which Bhutan's Prime Minister Dasho Shering Togbe participated during his visit to India? It is New Delhi, right? Next, in which state Prime Minister Narendra Modi released the 19th installment of the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme in Feb 2025? It is Bihar state. Next, which of the following is among the recipients of the National Dhanvantri Ayurveda Awards for 2025 bestowed by the Ministry of Ayush in Feb 2025? Who among the following here? Vaidya Tarachand Sharma, Vaidya Maya Ram Unial and Vaidya Samir Govind Jamadgini. Right, they three were honored with this National Dhanvantri Ayurveda Award for 2025. Next, identify the institute that recently signed 2 MOUs with the Comptroller and Auditor General of India to enhance innovation, data analytics and technology-driven governance. It is IIT Madras. Correct? IIT Madras. And they have signed this 2 MOU here that will enhance innovation, enhance data analytics skills and promote technology-driven governance practices. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the inauguration of the Adi Mahotsav 2025 by the President of India Draupadi Murmu ma'am in Delhi. If we look at the options here, all 3 of them are rightly mentioned. Next, mention the global initiative that the Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh joined during the 74th Foundation Day of Employees State Insurance Corporation on 24th of Feb in New Delhi. If we look at the options, it is Global Coalition for Social Justice. Here, this Global Coalition for Social Justice launched by the International Labour Organization in November 2023 has already garnered 336 partners including 9 governments to promote policy coherence and action for advancing the social justice globally. Before moving on, students, let's revise some one-liners. Let's start with appointments and resignation. Shaktikant Das has been appointed as the Principal Secretary second to the Prime Minister. Kotak Mahindra Prime appointed Shahrukh Todiwala as the new Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer. Niti Aayog's Chief Executive Officer Subramaniam's tenure extended by how many years? By 1 year. Then government has extended Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi's tenure as DGCI by another 1 year. Kash Patel has been sworn in as the 9th FBI Director. Unilever CEO Hen Schumacher has recently stepped down from his position. Then Tata Sons Chairman N. Chandrasekaran to lead Ratan Tata Endowment Foundation. Also, the Finance Secretary Tuhin Kanta Pandey appointed as the new SEBI Chairman. Next is related to sports students. Shami has joined the elite list of bowlers with 200 ODI wickets. Then Rohit Sharma became the second fastest to complete 11,000 runs in ODI cricket. Then Virat Kohli became the fastest to secure 14,000 ODI, that is one day international runs. Gulveer Singh made history by becoming the first Indian to break 13-minute barrier in men's 5,000 meter indoor race. Then Jeevan and Vijay Sundar Parshnath won the Pune ATP Challenger 100 doubles title. Indian women football team has finished third in the second Pink Ladies Cup 2025. Next is related to banking and finance. RBI has imposed penalty on Citibank, Ashirwad Microfinance and JM Finance home loans. Then NDSL and CDSL, they have unified the investor app. This application has been launched by them. MobiKwik to acquire 3.39% stake in B2B, that is business to business infra platform Blossom for 1.49 crore rupees. Then ex-SBI chairman Dinesh Khara to head panel to implement amendment to insurance law. RBI to launch the Financial Literacy Week to focus on women's prosperity. And SEBI, they have slapped 10 lakh rupees penalty on Axis Securities for violating the stock rules. Next, from which submarine Indian Navy recently tested the K4 nuclear capable ballistic missile? So this K4 nuclear capable ballistic missile was tested using INS Arighat, right? And this INS Arighat, it is India's second nuclear powered ballistic missile submarine. Which was the first? It was INS Arihant, right? Then INS Arighat, and the third will be INS Aridhaman, right? Next, exercise Sinbex. This is a joint tabletop exercise between Indian Army and which nation's army that began in December 2024 at the foreign training node in Pune, Maharashtra. So it was Cambodia, right? Cambodia. Next, Atishi Malina Singh, the Chief Minister of Delhi, inaugurated the first underground shooting range for the National Cadet Corps cadets in New Delhi in November 24. What is the length of the underground shooting range? So first thing first, this National Cadet Corps shooting range, correct? An underground shooting range for these NCC cadets was launched. It was inaugurated by the former Chief Minister of Delhi. Question asked is, what is the underground length of the shooting range? It is 25 meters. Next, name the joint military exercise between Indian Army and Malaysian Army that commenced in Pahang district of Malaysia. What is the name of that exercise? Exercise being Harimau Shakti, right? And from India side, it is Meher Regiment that took part in this exercise. Next, DAC, that is Defense Acquisition Council under the Ministry of Defense, granted the acceptance of necessity for 5 critical defense acquisition proposals that are worth 21,772 crore rupees. Next, which defense company has recently delivered their second Drishti 10 Starliner surveillance drone to the Indian Navy at the Porbandar base in Gujarat? It is Adani Aerospace and Defense Limited. Next, Indian Army has recently received Dash Logistics drone from Noida UP based unmanned aerial vehicle manufactured Endure Air Systems Private Limited to improve aerial logistics and help transport supplies in the eastern sector. So they have received Subal 20 logistic drones, right? It was from Noida UP based UAV manufacturer by the name Endure Air. Endure Air. Next, name the unmanned surface vessel that was recently handed over to the Naval Science and Technological Laboratory in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh by GRSE, that is your Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. What is the name of that unmanned surface vessel? It is Jaldoot. Next, name the trilateral air combat exercise conducted between Indian Air Force and the US Air Force, UAE Air Force. So between Indian Air Force, France Air Force, and UAE Air Force. So these three countries and their Air Force took part in this trilateral air combat exercise. The name of this exercise is Desert Night. Next, name the drone that was recently delivered to the Indian Navy by Asteria Aerospace Limited to enhance India's self-reliance in defense sector. What is the name of that drone? The drone is Armalite rifle, that is AT-15 drones. Next, which company has recently delivered the iBooster green propulsion system to DRDO? It is Manatsu Space Technologies Private Limited that has delivered this iBooster green propulsion system to DRDO. Next, in December, Indian Navy commissioned the Indian Naval ship Nirdeshak, the second of the 4 survey vessel large project in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Which company has built the INS Nirdeshak and ships under the SVL project? So, it is GRSE, that is your Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers Limited. Next is which company has recently supplied the second batch of the 360 loitering munitions known as the Nagastra 1 to the Indian Navy. These were delivered by Economics Explosives Limited, right? This is a subsidiary of Solar Industry India Limited and the contract was valued here at $25 million. Next, where was the 7th missile cum ammunition barge landing ship ammunition launched in December 2024? It was launched in Maharashtra. Next, name the long-range hypersonic weapon that was recently test-fired by the USA Army and US Navy in Florida, USA. The name of that long-range hypersonic weapon is Dark Eagle. Next, which company has recently partnered with Kongsberg Maritime to supply advanced replenishment at sea equipment for the Indian Navy's fleet of 5 fleet support ships? It is Hindustan Shipyard Limited. Next, according to SBI's ERD report, that is Economic Research Department report released in November, India's GDP is likely to drop below 6.5% for current FY25. Next, Morgan Stanley, they have recently lowered the GDP projection for India to 6.3% for which FY? It is for the FY25. Next, which department under the Ministry of Finance has recently granted in principle approval for the consolidation of IFCI Group? It is Department of Financial Services. And this plan also includes consolidation of the Stock Holding Service Limited, IFCI Financial Service Limited, IFIN Commodities Limited and IFIN Credit Limited into a single entity. Next, according to OECD's Economic Outlook for December 24 released in December, India's growth forecast by 20 basis points to dash in FY25. So, India's growth forecast has been increased to 6.8%. So you must be seeing here, students, that different organization is predicting different data, but on an average if we see it, India will be growing between 6.4 to 6.8%. The closer approach is that we will be close to 6 to 6.4% in the GDP. Next, 9 Indian states with existing or proposed cash transfer programs for women had a total budget estimate of $18 billion for FY25, which represent dash of India's GDP according to Goldman Sachs Global Research, which represents 0.5% of the India's GDP. The 9 states that include your Maharashtra, Karnataka, Assam, Bihar, Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Jharkhand, right? And it has been observed that the cash transfer schemes have played a pivotal role in attracting the women voters. Next, which organization has stated that the growth in the assets under management of NBFCs is expected to moderate to 15 to 17% in FY25 as well as in FY26? It is CRISIL Ratings Limited, and this marks a decline of 600 to 800 basis points from a strong growth of 23% in FY24. Next, which among the following is not included in the abolition of the special additional excise duty, also known as the windfall tax, by the government of India in December 2024? Among the following which is not included here, so natural gas is not included in the abolition of the special additional excise duty, also known as windfall tax. So windfall tax on these commodities will be reduced. Next, in December, State Bank of India released their latest Economic Research Department report stating that India's GDP growth is how much? It is 6.3% for FY25. 2025. Next, according to Asian Development Bank's report, that is Asian Development Outlook for December 24, steady growth amid a shifting global policy landscape, India's GDP growth forecast for FY25 has been reduced to dash. It has been reduced to 6.5%, that was earlier estimated by Asian Development Bank to be 7%. Next is according to S&P Global Ratings report, India outlook for 2025. So India's GDP rate will remain unchanged at 6.8% for FY25. See, you are seeing different organization giving the different data. Next, which car has recently partnered with, or which car group has partnered with UNICEF to transform the educational landscape for 1 lakh children across 4 states in India? It is your BMW group. It is Munich, Germany based BMW group that partnered with UNICEF to transform educational landscapes for 1 lakh children across 4 states in India. Which are these 4 states? Assam, Jharkhand, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. Next, which among the following are right? About the National Apex Chamber, the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, they have released this report, right? Among them, which of the following is right? Right? We have to tell me the correct one. If we look at the options, all these 3 are rightly mentioned. Next, Fitch Ratings Incorporation recently revised the India's GDP growth forecast for FY25, lowering it to dash from the previous estimates of 7%, lowering it to 6.4% from the previous estimates of 7%. Next is which company has recently extended their partnership with Telenor Denmark, a leading mobile operator in Denmark, for another 5 years to enhance information technology systems. It is TCS, Tata Consultancy Service Limited, and it has been extended for 5 years. Next is which company has collaborated with Amazon Finance India Private Limited to create innovative credit solutions for customers and merchants by offering loan products through Amazon's application and website. It is L&T Finance Limited. This partnership was unveiled at RAISE 24, that is India's leading AI focused event focusing on banking, financial service and insurance sector. Next, Care Edge Rating, they have recently revised the GDP projection for India for FY25 to 6.5%, that was earlier estimated to be 6.8%. Next, what is the total foreign direct investment inflow in India since April 2000 as per the data released by DPIIT? So since April 2000, India has received a total FDI of $1 trillion. Next, which company's board of directors recently approved the incorporation of a healthcare subsidiary to provide healthcare allied services? So which company is it? It is your PB Fintech. Next, in December, TCS Limited, an information technology service provider based in Mumbai, Maharashtra, collaborated with Landis Gear, an energy management company that is based in Dash, to offer innovative solutions that help utilities improve energy efficiency. Right? That is based in Chem, Switzerland. Take a note of it. Next, which bank has recently partnered with TCS to modernize the bank's digital core for enhanced customer services? It is Bank of Bhutan. It is Bank of Bhutan. Next, in December, Finance Minister of UP Suresh Kumar Khanna presented a second supplementary budget of 17,865 crore rupees, correct, for UP for FY25. Next is in December, Hindustan Petro Corporation Limited, they signed an agreement with NICDC Logistics Data Service Limited to integrate their application programming interface with what? It is with Unified Logistic Interface Platform. Next is in December, India Ratings and Research released its FY 2026 macroeconomic outlook. It is projected that the Indian economy will be growing at dash in FY26. Indian economy will be growing at 6.6% in FY26. Retained inflation is projected at 4.4% in FY26. Next, which company has become the first banking, financial service and insurance company to offer all 3 core financial services on ONDC network, that is Open Network for Digital Commerce? It is your Aditya Birla Capital Limited.